Devin Booker. I asked him, that was the first thing I said, is 25 points per game or more over the last 4 seasons. But the difference now is that you're winning. And that really is where he's seeing his game go to the next level. What do you think about where the Suns are going to shake out, Big Perk, as we also welcome in Vince Carter, without Chris Paul, even for some period of time?
You know what? I think they're going to be okay. I think they're still going to have that #1 seed. The great thing about the Phoenix Suns is that they gave themselves so much of a gap as, being ahead of Golden State and Memphis that at the end of the day, they got room for error. But I don't think this team is going to let up. I'm ready to see Devin Booker take take a level up far as making others around him better and still getting his 25 a night. But when you talk about missing Chris Paul, yes, you can't replace his leadership, but they still have some veteran leaders over there. Jay Crowder, JaVale McGee. Like, those guys could keep the locker room in check and keep everybody in order and make sure everybody be stars in their role. So I still see them being the #1 seed in the West, and I still give them a slight edge of being the favorite of winning it all. Not just winning the Western Conference, but winning it all.
What do you think, VC?
Right now, currently, I think they're the best in the West, and they're still the favorite until we see what the Golden State Warriors are going to do and once they get themselves back in gear. But to me, my question is the others, Campaign, Peyton, point guards like that, can they just be solid? Be solid, because right now, Devin Booker, you're asking a lot for him to score. Yes, Perk, I agree with you. The next step for Booker now is, can he be the facilitator and get guys going as well as still get his scoring? Can he, defensively take the load, be the leader, be the vocal leader? There's a lot that comes into being that leader and stepping in for someone like Chris Paul. So I say look out for them, but you still got to look out for those Golden State Warriors, who are 6.5 games back, and also the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm surprised, Perk, you haven't mentioned your Grizzlies.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to give Perk plenty of time.
I wanted to go a whole month. I wanted to go a whole month without saying something about the dark side, okay?
A whole month?
I'm not saying nothing about the dark side.
I'm telling you right now, that's not going to happen. I do have to say,
not going to happen.
It's not. As an aside, our friend JJ Redick, he had Chris Paul on his podcast recently, and one of my favorite and most interesting anecdotes from that podcast is when Chris Paul hurt himself in the playoffs last year, he needed to get an MRI. And Chris Paul is so claustrophobic, he said he needed to get put under anesthesia to take the MRI. So if you all haven't listened to that podcast, I highly suggest it, Suns fans. But Perk, if the Suns are able to secure the league's best record, is Monty Williams your Coach of the Year favorite?
It's hard, but I still got to roll with. I gotta roll with JB Bickerstaff. You know why? And it's no knock on Monty Williams, but no one in the world thought that Cleveland will be where they at right now, including myself.
Preach.
And when I look at their identity and I look at what they do on the defensive side of things, their commitment of playing agenda-free basketball, that's a reflection of the coach. And here it is. He got Kevin Love, a veteran, to buy into his role, come in off the bench, don't complain, backing up Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. And now you have Darius Garland doing his thing. I got to roll with JB Bickerstaff. Nobody on this panel thought that Cleveland would be at the top of the East. Nobody thought that preseason.
Janae is champing at the bit over here.
But Perk, I feel like this is very similar where you have LeBron James not winning MVP for 5 or 6 or 7 years, and it's going to other qualified guys where you can have the guy that's literally been the most dominant the last 2 years as a coach with putting his team in a great position to succeed, and Monty Williams getting snubbed. I am here for the Thibodeau and New York Knicks type of, unexpected to expected, what we're seeing, with Cleveland. It just hurts me because it's like, he deserves it, though. Their team is #1 overall in the league. To me, they're playing a great brand of basketball. There have been periods, Chris Paul has been, there. Devin Booker has been there. But like you said, Vince, the others have stepped up and not only committed themselves offensively to getting better, but defensively to holding it down. So as much as I'm happy for Coach JB, this also hurts me because I feel the same way that I felt when LeBron James sometimes gets snubbed from MVP. We're like, can we do 2 awards? Can it be called?
I know it's not,
but you know what I'm saying.
Who you got?
I have JV Bickerstaff as well.
Oh, okay.
Because I said, like Perk said, there's no. You just look at Cleveland, like, all right, young talent, has potential. I know JB. JB was assistant coach with me in Memphis. I know how he is and how he thinks. They were 22-50 last year. 22-50. Now they're 35-23. 35-23. 2.5 games out of first place. That's incredible. So what he's doing, they lost Sexton. They lost Ricky Rubio. So now you thought, oh, they're dead in the water. Well, guess what? Guess what comes out of that? 2 All-Stars. 2 All-Stars and Evan Mobley balling.
Yeah, I mean, I do not disagree with that. JB certainly has a case. Monty, I kind of am on the side of Chiney here. You could look at Billy Donovan in Chicago. There's some interesting cases to be made.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.